What the hell were you thinking? The last thing you want to stay Okay, I have no idea what the fuck that means.
People are literally walking around Earth like they think their fucking opinions are the fucking end-all be-all and they need to fucking spread it near and wide on everyone's comment. I'm not trying to impose my will on people. I'm just putting out what I believe and like let the chips fall. Other people are going around and just shitting on things and they think they're doing something. They're not doing anything. They're reacting to other people.
The perfect suit pants for men over 50, 60, and 70. My husband.
You dream in stars and dive into deep, fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart's ungiven, no matter the strain, building your legacy through blood and brain. And you live for the fire in your soul.
Ready to roll, ready to roll. Hold on, we're almost there. Uh-oh, my favorite part's coming up. Dream of who lights up the dawn. Yeah! Let's do this. How are we doing, everyone? Cam, I see ya. Who do we have over here? Don't know yet. Thinking every day. Oh, hold on a second. Dream never dies. He's tethered lies to flying high. Thank you, baby. Dr. Seams sold some covered calls today. 1% weeklies in my Roth IRA. Need some fresh ideas for tomorrow. Nice going, Doc. Sit tight. We'll be there in a second. What the hell were you thinking? You laughed as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not so disguise. Almost. That ain't it. Almost there, almost. Just got to get logged on, so we got our website ready to roll. All right, let's take a look at that. Kodak. Haven't done Kodak and never done Kodak. Holy cow. All right, all right, all right. It's Thursday. That means tomorrow is Friday. Kodiak. Tomorrow is Friday. What does that mean? All right, so let's do that. Let's do this. All right, all right, all right. The Rhino. What's happening, Mr. Rhino? Good evening. CB Gaming, how are you doing today? All right. Let's see who's in the house today. Joey T, Dr. Seams. Over here, we got Cam, Mrs. Jackson, Go Hard 84, Sina, Casa, Santos, Scott, Flom, okay, Alan Cass, Dirk Dawes, Ant Cole, Mango, G. Bruns, Cool Zay, Joe's, Fire Guy, Lavon. Okay, it's Levon, sorry. Levon. Okay. Where are we? There he goes right there. Jason Hill. Rob Brings Red. Okay. Kevin. Monroe. Nick. Mighty Bargain. Back again. Billy G. Arc Community. How you doing? Lieutenant Dang. Jim Bibby. What's happening, Mr. Jim? Chevy Jim. How come you're not over on Zoom? All right. Robo Smasher. Jose. Tobo. Sonia Rowe. Milo. Chris. Joe. Trip. Dallas. Ivan. Cam. Yep. Weekend starts for me today. PJ. Poppy. What's happening on? 123 Honeybee. Okay. Trip. Joshua. Viz. APD. All right, Cam, we'll take a look at that in a second. Let me finish saying hi to everyone. Skip, how you doing? The Rhino, good evening. Did you release your book on the 10-minute process? Not yet, still working. Would you believe I finished that book last year sometime? Still haven't uploaded it yet. Can you believe that? All right, who do we have over here? All right, over here we have Andrew, Mystic Dragon, Bruce, Enza. How's it going, Enza? Walter, good evening. Cameron, Pierre, Scott, Zana Dude, Skip, F Sola, JJ Willis, Cap, Skip, Shadow, 67 Flush, Gary Lale, Robert, Awesome Dad. Uh-oh, guy. We got some noise over here. What are you guys doing? Noise. All right, I got to mute you guys. Who is that? Elvin. All right, Elvin, just had to mute you. Sorry. All right, so what do we got? Gaming. Can you give me a shout out? My channel is CB Gaming and Fishing. You like fishing? Tell you what, why don't you bait by hand 2,000 hooks by hand before 6 a.m. Yeah, I used to long time ago. Can you imagine that? Baiting by hand, one at a time, 2,000 hooks. Yeah, long time ago. Jefferson, Paving King, Met Fan, Tannen, Crystal Ball, Tim, Jonathan, how's it going? Me, oh my, 2612. Can you? I just did. Shall, what's going on? Tehran, Alex Ace, Intangible, Roscoe, Wild Diamond, Ribbit. Okay. Merv wants to take a look at AT&T. Let's take a look at AT&T. We'll look at that in a second. Let me finish saying hi to everyone. Ralph, Stubby's in the house. Jason, Bissett, what's going on? Sam, Everly, Double Joy, Trent, Tyrant. Okay, Tom, Snaff, English, good. Eric Fasto, Trip, what's going on? All right, so what do I think of AGTHX? Never heard of it. Simple, never heard of it. All right, we're going to stop right there. Stop there. What's up, Elizabeth? How you doing? Scott Brown, shout out for subscribe. Okay. All right, who do we have down here? My Music Gen X. Hey, James, how do you feel about Cat and 3M? Ooh, we're going to take a look at those next. First on the list, we're going to take a look at AT&T. But before we do, oh, wow, everything's just reflecting on my screen. There we go. Don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Good. That works. Okay, so again, good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. You'll find the link up in the bio wherever you're coming from. Laurie, how are you doing today? Okay, 10-Minute Trader, basically designed for a 9-year-old. Seriously, in 2008, my 9-year-old daughter says, Daddy, can you teach me? Opened up a whole new world. Believe it or not, 2008, those simple words, Daddy, can you teach me? No, not riding a bike, not tying shoes, not even nothing simple or easy, like making eggs, toast, bacon. Nope, can you teach me how to trade stocks? Wow. All right, so for the 9-year-old, it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. After all, she's only 9 years old, right? So what else do you do for a 9-year-old? Think about it. So as we progress through the night, I'm going to show you the trading strategy specifically designed for my 9-year-old daughter. Okay, it takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes or less. And we're going to actually do a few trades. We're going to look at a bunch of stocks. You guys are going to ask me to take a look at some stuff. I'm going to put it up on the chart. We're going to take a look at the numbers, see if it makes sense. It either does or it doesn't. Okay, so we got a couple of rules. You ready for the rules? Here we go. Rule number 1. Never buy anything you do not understand or you do not want to hold on to for the rest of your life. If you can't buy it and hold it for the rest of your life, you shouldn't be buying it in the first place. Plain and simple. Number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. And no matter what you think, no matter what anyone's ever told you, this is an adult version of a game. Okay? It does have consequences, which means you can lose, you will lose at some point in time, but the idea is to not lose. I don't like taking losses. I don't. I think last year I took 2. The year before I took 4. This year, 0 so far. 0 losses so far this year. Jesse, how you doing? I see you there. Okay. So, rule number 3. This is a good one. Now, I'm going to say this one, and a lot of you are going to say, hey, thank you there, Oscar. I'm going to say what rule number 3 is, and a lot of you are going to say, well, yeah, that just makes sense. But here's the thing. I can almost guarantee with a 99.9% certainty, someone tonight is going to ask me about a company that is not consistently profitable, in my opinion. Now, my opinion, 2 decades. Austin, how you doing? Austin, haven't seen you in a while. Nice of you to show up, Mr. Austin. Cool beans. My idea of consistency of profitability, 2 decades of increased profits. 2 decades, that's 10, 20 years. Ideally, that would work perfectly for me. Okay. Rule number 4, weekly options only. Kissable, how you doing today? Aloha to you too. Mahalo. Rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Now, we're going to take a look at stuff as we progress, and you will see how everything, like a good movie, everything fits together by the end of the day, and it'll all make sense. And it's like, oh, that makes sense. Well, let's do this. First one we're going to take a look at is AT&T. Now, anytime you see me do anything, it's always going to be the exact same. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. I followed my rules. Okay, you got to figure out what your rules are. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own journey. You figure out what you need, figure out what you want to do, and then just do it. Life is short. I'm definitely not ready to be 62 years old. How the hell am I supposed to act as a 62-year-old? I didn't read the book. I didn't get the Cliff Notes. Nobody sent me a memo. So yeah, I'm just a big kid. Anyway, here we go. Now, anytime I look at a chart, it's always going to be the same thing every single time. I'm looking for 5 things, and it takes about 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, let me show you really quick. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? That's it. And you can see all 5 of them within 2 to 3 seconds. That's it. Adults, that's you people, have a tendency to make this more complicated than it needs to be. It doesn't need to be complicated. Okay? Make it simple. Make it predictable. Make it consistent. Stocks do 2 things and only 2 things. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down over and over and over again. They don't do anything else. They don't come to your house and make you breakfast. They don't take the dog for a walk. They don't even empty out the trash. How inconsiderate. Stocks go up, stocks go down. That's it. So our job, okay, is to find out when is the right time to jump on. Okay? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's same thing over and over and over and over again. So after I take a look at the chart, what I'm looking for specifically, the high of the year, the low of the year, and where are we right now. So this one is going to be a no because it's too close to the high. Okay? 30 days ago, she shoots up, drops, shoots up again. I don't buy at the high, terribly sorry. Now some of you, now don't get me wrong, I love AT&T, I do. But guess what? It's going to get right here, and eventually it's going to come back down again. Because that's what they do. Big kid, yep. Is the YouTube desktop showing? Yes, it is. Can't see it or find it yet. Oh no! Refresh. That ain't it. View my channel. There it is right there. That's 1, that's 2, and they are both live at this moment in time. Okay, 1 is just the screen by itself, the screen. The other one is me standing in front of the screen. Ah! Okay, so yes, YouTube is up and running. All right, that being said, AT&T was a no. Sorry, just didn't look right. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have? Tonight, you're mine so sweetly. Weekend for you, thank you. And what are we looking for? Oops, no, I don't want that. I want that. Joshua, how you doing? Hey, hold on. All right, APD, Cam wants to take a look at APD. I have no idea what that is. Here we go. No. Cam, you've been here long enough. You know that I don't do monthlies. April, May, June, September, December. Those are months of the year. Just to be straight, I don't do monthly options. We got 2 choices. Weekly options, 52, or monthly options, 12. 52 or 12, you decide. Now, for me, if I'm getting 1% every single trade, 52 would be 50% a year or more. But monthly, that would be 12. Yeah, no, thank you. No to APD, sorry, dude. Skip, reluctant curly, all right. Okay, Bill319 wants to take a look at IBM, International Business Machine. Okay, here we go. Easy enough, right? Look at it, she's dropping. Let's zoom in. Zoom in. Last 30 days. Here we go. Last 30 days. Check this out. She drops, finds the bottom, shoots up, finds the high, retrace, back up, back down, looking for a new bottom right there. Now, it looks like we found it yesterday. In one day, today, higher bottom, see that? A higher bottom and a higher top. That's only one day to the upside. So when the stock goes from a 30-day high to a new 30-day bottom and bounces up, that's where I want to jump in. But I don't want to jump in until there's at least 2 days going up. And then the third day going up, that's when I jump in. So no, I don't look for bottoms because I've never found a bottom. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can see one. There's one right there. There's one right there. And there's one right there. But I've never bought one because you never know what's happening next. Okay, so IBM, 241.67. So the 242s are going for 410. So let's take a look at IBM to see if it works. Okay, let's find out. So let's get rid of this. Let's pull up IBM. We're going to do a covered call. Because remember the part where I said I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% every single week? Well, here we go. The current price, 247. So I want to do the 247 right there. So let's buy that one, see what it looks like, and check out the numbers. Remember rule number 5? Make sure all the numbers work. Okay, one contract, here we go. Read it out loud so it makes sense, all right? One covered call, IBM, 2 April 26. That means that this option is going to expire next Friday. The 247.50, 677 is the profit. Now, to find out the rate of return, you take the profit divided by your investment. In this situation, it is the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, and that's $24,000. So we're going to need the calculator to see what that looks like. Okay, calculator. Right there. Now we take the profit, which was 677. That's a nice profit for 1 week. We're going to divide that by my investment, which is the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. 24,073. That gives me a grand total of 2.8. 2.8% for 1 week. Now, my goal is 1% a week. IBM is offering 2.8. So you really got to ask yourself, do I like IBM? Is IBM a place that I think I can put my money and feel safe? Well, I'm going to save this one because I like 2.8% for 1 week. This is the first one of the night. Every night we find 5. IBM, 2.8. Gotta love it. All right, while that's doing that, let's get rid of this. We'll get all ready to go again for the next one. There it is. Here we go. Don't tell me you can't see that. IBM, 2 April 26. That is next Friday. 247.50. 677 is the profit. 24,000 is the investment for a 2.8% for 1 week. If and only if you actually like IBM at this current price. Uh-oh, we're going to do a little bit of change here. Put that right there. We want to do this. We want to do that. We want to do Friday. And back to this. Back to that. 2.8. Next. What do we have next? Okay. Thank you. All right. My Music Gen X. See, My Music Gen X, you know what good music is, right? Let's do this. Caterpillar. Ooh, that's a tough one. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Shoots up, pulls back, back up, back down. Don't look that good. Hold on, let's zoom in. Okay, check it out. Top, the bottom, she drops, back up, back down, back up, back down. Nope, not this week, sorry. Just a little too uncomfortable there. Don't get me wrong, I do love Caterpillar, I do. But here, it has no real direction. So when it's a little uncomfortable, I don't like to jump in. I like predictability. Remember, simple, safe, predictable, consistent. 3M, let's check out 3M. If you didn't know, 3M is a dividend king. Now, you may or may not know what a dividend king is. It is a company that has increased its profits. That's what we're looking for 5 decades. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. 5 decades. I'm okay with that 3M. What's going on? Top, bottom is, what's that? Let's zoom in, see if it works. Here's the top. Drops, back up. It's dropping. Sorry. Because see, it bounced right there. Now it's pulling back. So I'd like to wait till tomorrow or Monday to see what happens there. Is this just an anomaly? And is it bouncing up? If it is, look at all that space. If it is. I mean, it could still be dropping because look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Could be. I just don't know. So I'd hold off on IBM. Don't get me wrong. I love IBM. I do. But I'm going to hold off on it because that is not really a clear direction. For me, anyway. Okay, we just did IBM. We did 3M. We did Caterpillar. Ooh, Mikey wants to look at Oracle. So Mike says, Oracle cooked me this week. Check KMI if you get a chance. Meets all the requirements. KMI. Isn't that Kinder Morgan? Well, let's look at Oracle first. Because I have some Oracle. ORCL. All right, yep. Don't look good. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down. Simple. It just don't look that good. Okay? Down, up, down, up, down. We're at 142.81. Now, I do have some Oracle. I just don't remember the price at the top of my head. Amin. Okay. Obladi, oblada. Okay, so she's dropping right here, which means we're getting set up for a good bounce. Because this thing went from 172 to 142. That's a $30 drop. $30 drop. So yeah, that baby's going to hit the bottom and shoot back up. Kind of like what it did here and what it did here. Down, up, down, up, down. Where's the bottom? As soon as the bottom shows up, I'm jumping in. I love Oracle. So I'm putting Oracle on my list for next week. All right. Sit tight, sit tight, sit tight. KMI. That's Kinder Morgan, isn't it? KMI. Kinder Morgan. Oh, no. Sorry, dude. Sorry, Mike. Terribly sorry, dude. I like Kinder Morgan. Again, another dividend king. 5 decades. But I don't buy anything at the high, dude. Sorry. No, I said I like Kinder Morgan. But no, not this week. What else do we have? All right, so we did everybody here. Okay, CM. What is CM? No. Canadian Imperial. I don't do monthlies. No. Sorry. Next. Next. What do we have over here? Over here. Okay, APD we did. IBM we did. Awesome. Eric wants to take a look at CMTL. What the hell is that? CMTL. It's a no, is what it is. I don't do monthlies. So, no. Sorry, CMTL. Eric, sorry, brother. Sorry. Chris, what is American Growth Fund? You got to give me the tick symbol because I don't no idea what it is. And you know, if I have no idea what it is, more than likely it's going to be a no. Because I like companies that are consistently profitable. If I've never heard of them, there's probably a reason why I've never heard of them. Okay? Now, I've been trading for 30 years. Not as active as I am nowadays because I'm retired. I got nothing else to do. All right. So, Greg, thank you. Greg, Shaka T, thank you. Cam, I thought it said weeklies when I looked at it. My bad. Okay, not a problem. Dr. Corey, you just bought us dinner. Way to go, Doc. Good for you. Okay, 329160 DG, Dollar General. Steve Matzo, do I do seminars? You know, I really want to do seminars. I really do. I'd like to stand in front of a crowd and share what I know. But I need somebody that actually knows how to do a seminar to actually do all the, what do you call that? The behind the scenes stuff. She's standing in front of the crowd, pointing out all the obvious and teaching all that stuff. That's the easy part. You know, some people don't like it. I actually enjoy it. The difficult part is the marketing, crossing the T's and dotting the I's. You want to do it? Hey, we can work out some kind of deal. All right, let's do this. Medici. I know you're not a real Medici because if you were a real Medici, you wouldn't be here. Now, I could bet, now there's a couple of thousand people here tonight, but here's the thing. Who knows who the Medicis are? Now, don't look it up. You know, don't go to Google and put Medici, who are they? VRS Cam Catcher. How are you doing today? All right, let's keep doing this. TMC. Is that Toyota Motor Company? Jose, can you start with small capital? Absolutely. We're actually getting ready to start a third channel. So we got two channels now. Dividend Stock Talk right there, and then the 10-minute trader right there. The next channel would be, hold on, dividend capturing. Okay, that will be for smaller numbers. So for those of you just getting started who don't have a lot of money, smaller numbers. Shelly Bishop, thank you for that, Shelly. TMC. I'm pretty sure that's Toyota Motor Company. TMC. Oh, the metals company. Okay. All right. Go this way. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, it's a no. Unless, look at this, the last 30 days. 30-day top, 30-day bottom was yesterday. Today is just a tiny bit higher than yesterday. Could be, but not quite there yet. Sorry. Pickled peanuts, chewy. Okay, there's no E in chewy. CHWY. Okay, there's chewy. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. Okay. I don't like it. I don't know very much about it because it hasn't been around long enough. But here's your 30-day high, 28. She drops down to 23, and then you get a big gap up yesterday. That makes me nervous because that gap way too high. And look how much space we got. 27.50 to 28. That's 50 cents. You really want to jump in with a 50-cent window? Yeah, no. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Oracle Cook. Okay, got that one. Said hi. Okay, got that one. O'Day. Sorry, Comcast, please. Who's that one? Oblada wants to take a look at Comcast, please. CMCSA. Okay. Top, bottom is, look at this. Down, up, down. Not quite this week, but here's the thing. I like Comcast. Okay, the top, the bottom, back up, back down. Still floundering around here. If you like it, give it a little bit of time. Comcast is over 50 years old, and they do have over 60 million people paying them every single month. So, I don't know. You like them, you don't like them. Chief Etwolf? No. Chief Federwolf. I Carnival Cruise Line. Interesting. Here we go. Top, bottom is, look at it. Down, up, down, up, down, up. What's going on there? Looks like she stalled out. Okay, 30-day high, 30-day bottom, slow progression up, but then today pulled back. Not quite there. Not quite there. So let's keep the ball rolling. Chewy's a no. Nick wants to take a look at Hertz, HTZ. Now, I have a whole bunch of Hertz. I do. Look at this. Top, bottom, bounces up nicely. The bottom's over here, top's right there. That looks pretty good. 477, the 450s. All right, the 5s, nice. Those numbers look good. Let's zoom in, see what it looks like. Okay, 30 days ago, we're at 5.5. We dropped down to 3.8. Now we're back up to 5. Now we have some room to keep going. But look at the numbers. Currently 477. Okay, the 5s are going for 16. That's over 3%. Let's do that one. Let's do this one. I already have some Hertz, so I'm not going to be buying any more. Change it to covered call. The 5s, there it is. One contract. And here we go. Sit tight. One covered call, Hertz, HTZ, 2 April. That's next Friday. The $5 call option. You know what? I'm going to change that to $4.50 because the stock right now, it's at $4.89. Yeah, let's leave it at the 5. The $4.50 would be a safer trade. All right, so calculator. Profit 41 per contract divided by the investment, $4.59. It's $459 for one contract. Okay, divided by 459, got a grand total of 8.9. 8.9%. It's a nice number. That's probably the highest one we got this week so far, 8.9. Let's find out. While we're waiting for that, let's get rid of this. Here we go. And there it is, Hertz. One covered call, HTZ, which is Hertz. 2 April. The $5 call option. Profit's 41. The investment is $459 for one contract. Okay, I like Hertz. 8.9%. That works for me. 8.9. That's a crazy one. I would do the 450 myself, not the 450. It's a safer trade. I prefer safety over profitability. Tom Powell wants QCOM. All right, let's take a look at QCOM. QCOM. Here we go. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. A tiny bit right there. Let's zoom into that. Okay, 30-day high, 30-day bottom, definitely going up. The 130s are going for 263 if you like Comcast. Isn't it weird? I see the same words over and over and over and over and over again. That's just because that's the way it is. All right, let's keep on going. Let's do this one at 130. Okay. Covered call. There it is, the 130. Here we go, one contract. Here we go, here's Johnny. Buy one covered call, Comcast, 2 April, that's next Friday. The 130 call option. See, the stock is at 131 at the moment, so I'm selling it for less than I paid for it and still walking away with a profit. I prefer safety over anything else. Max profit 260. The investment, the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 12,740. Well, what numbers are those? What numbers? That 260 is the profit. We're going to divide that by 12,740. Comes to a grand total of 2%. Now, remember what I said earlier. My goal is 1% every week. Here's the thing. 1% every week is 50% per year. This is offering me 2%. So the question should be, do I like Comcast enough to buy it and hold on to it? Sambo 777. You know what? I think I'll call Jacob tonight and have him upload that book number 15. I've written 15 books. So I'll have him upload book number 15. See if you guys like it. All right, so let's save this one because I like QCOM. And what was this, 2%? While we're waiting for that. QCOM, 2%. Here we go. One covered call, QCOM. 2 April. That's next Friday. Not this Friday, which is tomorrow. Next Friday. The 130 call option. 260 is the profit. 12,000 is the investment for a 2% for this week. So here's the thing. If the stock is above the 130, I get all my money back and I get to keep the profit, the 2%. Well, if I collect 2% every single week for 52 weeks, that's a nice rate of return. Why is your premium on Hertz showing $40 for a $5 strike and mine's are 16? Nick, we'll take a look at that in 1 second, all right? Sit tight. Nick, I will take a look at that, all right? We did Hertz, we did QCOM. We did that right there. Okay, so 2%. He wants to take a look at Hertz because he's having an issue with the numbers. All right. Let's go back again, Mr. Nick. Are you ready? Oh, was that Uncle Sauce? Uncle Sauce says, take the night off and watch some basketball. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, dude. I'm not a sports watcher. I'm a sports player. See, I'm 62 years old, but I prefer to play rather than watch. That's just me. Okay, so somebody Who was it again? Tyrant wants to do that. Nick. Okay, Nick is having an issue with the numbers that I'm seeing on Hertz. Okay, Nick, let's take a look. HTZ. All right, Mr. Nick, are you ready? Here we go. The premium for Hertz. Why is your premium for Hertz showing $40 for a $5 strike and minus 16? Okay. So the $5 strike for tomorrow is 6, which is $6. Okay. Now, the 5 is 16. Okay? It says 16 right there. So let's divide it out. Let's do the covered call. Okay, the 5 for next week, there it is. All righty. Okay, so what you're missing, Nick, is that it's 100 shares and it's $41. So 41 is still there. All right? So the premium for the 49, for the 5, the stock is at 489, so the closest one's going to be the 5. It's still 41. Okay, why is the premium? The premium is not showing $40. The premium for the $5 option for next week is right here, 16. Once you do all the math, the adding, subtracting, this, that, and the profit, remember, because we're buying it at 489 and we're selling it at 5, so we have an additional money off of the strike price. Okay, the difference between the strike price, $5, and the purchase price, $489, they add all that in together. So that's why it looks as if it's higher. Tyrant wants to take a look at Wally World. All right, let's take a look at some Walmart. Now, I do have some Walmart also. WMT. Here we go. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. What's going on right there? What's going on? Is it going up? Is it going down? What's it doing? Neil Wright, how you doing today? Mr. Neil, let's fly over here. Okay, ready? 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Okay, she drops. Now she's bouncing. Now it looks pretty good, but what's happening today? Let me zoom into that a little closer, see if you can take a look. Okay, she dropped, bounced up, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I personally would have jumped into this one yesterday because 2 days up, on the third day I jump in. Right here, we still have a higher high and a higher low. So it's still going up if you like Walmart. Medici says never say never. All right. Sambo, any book or video? Yeah, I got a couple of books. I've written 15. Nick, are you sure you aren't looking at the 450? Okay, thank you for the clarification. Could be. Did your eyeball come out yet? That's a terrible thing to say. And no, it hasn't. But I appreciate your offer. Okay, so Walmart, here we go. The 220, the 122, the 122 is going for 198. So let's do the 122. Okay, let's get rid of this. Covered call on Wally World at the current price, 122. There it is. Okay, get rid of all of this. Just do just one contract. Here it goes. Here's Johnny. Buy one covered call, Walmart, to April 26th. That's next Friday. And the 122 call option. Profit 187, the investment 12,000. Let's bust out that calculator to see if it makes sense. Profit 187, investment $12,013 for a grand total of 1.5%. 1.5% for 1 week. There's 52 weeks in the year. If you get 1.5% every single week, that's a nice rate of return. Let's save this one. All right, get rid of that damn thing. All right, let's save this. What did we say this was? 1.5. All right. Wally World, 1.5. One covered call, Walmart to April. The 122 call option, we're looking at 187 with a $12,000 investment for a 1.5, which is 1.5. If you like Walmart, which I'm pretty sure we all do. All like us some Walmart. Uh-oh. We got one more to go, 1.5. All right, let's answer some of these questions before we keep progressing. All right. Let's get this. Uncommon sense. Thank you for that. Bobby, Ice Viper, how you guys doing? What do we have over here? Okay, we are, Adrian wants to take a look at CAG. Isn't that Conagra, CAG? I don't know. Let's find out. CAG, Conagra. Okay, Conagra's finding the bottom. Let's take a look. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down. Don't look that good for Conagra. Okay? The top, the 20, and it drops down to 15. Today is the first day up from that bottom. If you like Conagra. It's always going to come down to that very weird, irritating question. Do I like this company? Cesario, does it always have to be a covered call with dividends? Okay, you give me an idea and tell me what you think. Because the trading strategy I taught to a 9-year-old 18 years ago was simple, safe, predictable, and consistent. That's what I'm looking for. You're apparently looking for something else, so what are you looking for? But, Cesario, you got to remember a couple of things. Number one, I'm 62. I'm retired, so I don't take risks. So dividend stocks are not very risky. Okay, no comment. Okay. Purple Heart wants to take a look at KOD. Not really sure how it works. You're not sure how the stock market works? You take some of your money and you invest it into a company in which you believe something about it. Either you like the company and you think it's going to grow and give you a profit, or you don't. What I'm doing here, Cesario, is I'm looking for simplicity, consistency, profitability, and safety. All right, I'm 62. I don't have the luxury of being wrong. You're learning from me. Okay. All right, so put it to you this way. There are literally hundreds of different trading strategies out there. Some are simple, some are complex. Some work really good, some work, adequately. Some you can make 1% a week, which is what I do. Some you can double or triple your money every week. Depends. BP, thank you. Thank you, sir. So you got to ask yourself, where am I in my journey? Holy cow, we gotta reboot this one right here. So you guys here, we're gonna reboot, all right? Yeah, Farmer Dan, I know, has no dividends. Ernie J, why the stocks keep dropping? Because people keep taking profits. Okay, so we're gonna reboot on this one. So if you guys get a chance, just jump right back on. Don't go too far. All righty, and get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of this, go back to that, go live, give it a second, we'll line back up again. So as I was saying, there's so many different trading strategies out there. There are literally hundreds of people doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, standing in front of a computer screen, sharing what they know. Okay, now I'm not trying to sell you anything, so it's a little bit different there. Okay. There we go. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's do this again. Okay, BP Pahari. I have lots of stocks. I am worried about its falling. That's perfectly acceptable reason. If the stocks are dropping, yeah, a lot of people. But where are you? The financial comedian. Cool beans. Dude, we should chat, you and I. Thank you there, financial comedian. Stacy, good evening. Rosali, good evening. Jason, DC. This happens with political tension. Oh, okay. Greg Jennings, how you doing? Always 9 open to conversation. Always 9 open to conversation. All right, drop me your number. I'll give you a buzz. All right, so what do we have down here? We already did Comcast. Bankers did that one. Italian banking family and politicians. Yep, that's true. Can you please explain the commonalities and similarities between Forex and stocks? Sorry for the setback. There is no commonality between stocks and Forex. Forex is the trading of money. So you're trading between, let's say hypothetically, the Canadian dollar and the US dollar, or the US dollar and the Mexican peso, or the Mexican peso and the Japanese yen, or the Japanese yen and the rupee. There's so many different, the Trump pump incoming. Redneck dude, how you doing today? Good life. This happens with political tension. Got that. Open. Yep, got it. Dan wants to take a look. Farmer Dan wants to take a look at the gap. The Energizer Bunny. Woohoo. Okay, so BP Panhari. You've been here for a while. You know how it works. Stocks go up, stocks go down. If you bought the wrong stock, terribly sorry. So let's get back to the commodities of the commonalities between Forex and stocks. See, Forex is not regulated, okay? And it's open 24 hours, so you can trade it anytime you want, if that's what you want to do. But it's very much news-driven. So, and there's nothing really backing any of the commodities. Any of the currencies. Now, we used to be backed by gold, but we don't anymore. Shoot, this is interesting, but I don't want to own additional stocks. Okay. It's got nothing to do with owning additional stocks. It's creating cash flow from the current stocks that you currently own and rotating them. I'll give you for instance. Let's say hypothetically you like IBM, AT&T, and Apple. Okay. Well, let's say IBM is going up, and let's say AT is at the top getting ready to come down, and let's say Apple is already at the bottom because they go up and they go down. So as the stocks are going up, I like to jump in, take the little ride up. Once they get close to the top, I want to bail. Well, I like to bail at 1% profit. Do you ever sell at a loss? Never. Never sell. Rule 2, never sell a loss. So as I was saying, If you take a look at your stocks, they go up and they go down. So as they're dropping, if you're in a profit, take the profit. When it drops, because that's all they do, they go up and then they come back down again. So as it's going up, that's when you jump in and take that ride. As it gets closer to, and you don't even know where the top is, you got to decide what your profit's going to be. How do you think about buying stocks in Cash App? I didn't know you could buy stocks in Cash App. Oh, you mean the platform. Oh, you mean that, yeah, no, hasn't been around long enough. So, as I was saying, Forex is just the trading of the different currencies, like the Australian dollar, the English pound, the I don't do that anymore. I tried it a long time ago. It's not regulated. See, here in the U.S., we have regulations, we have rules. But once the U.S. market closes and the next market opens, they don't have regulations, so you have no idea what's going to happen. So yeah, I try to put the odds and probabilities in my favor. It's easier to do with stocks because the FCC came out back in the 1930s and said, all right, from now on, every company has to put up some kind of information for the investors to take a look at. So we get to look at everything that's going on in the company to let us know whether or not we like it or not. Goodies by me. Well, good evening to you. Carl Wilson, how you doing today? How you think about buying stock Cash App? No. Okay. How we stated with you. Carl Wilson, how we stated with you. That makes no sense, dude. Terribly sorry. Roger, how you doing? All right. Let's keep on doing this. Oh, X, thank you for that. Oh, how do you start? Simple. Well, I have a website. Okay, you're on the 10MinuteTrader website. So just go over to the bio and just send me an email or just sign up at the website. Now, I'm not trying to sell anything. I feel bad when people ask me about it, and I got to give you the information because I try not to sound salesy. Is that the right word? Yeah. It's 10 past 10. Louis, Webull. Is Webull actually a stock? And what is the symbol? BULL? It is, Webull. Now, that does not make me feel good at all. Louis, take a look at this, Louis. The high was 80. Louis, the high, $80. The low, $5. It's nothing but dropping, dropping, dropping. Why would you want to jump into that? Look at drop, 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 drop. Okay, it's at 505. The 5 is offering 19, but there's no support there whatsoever. So, sorry, and Webull's not 20 years old. I don't need to pay you your paid by Apple. Billy Bonnie. Okay, not quite sure what you mean by that, because definitely not talking to me. Happens political tension, open gap, blah, 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 redneck guy. Okay, got that one. Fog of war. Okay. Billy Bonnie, I don't need to pay you your paid by Apple. Definitely not talking to me because I don't get paid by Apple. Sniper, thank you there, Sniper. Fog of war, if you sold any covered calls on AMD from its high yesterday, it's payday today. Okay, let's find out. What was that? Advanced Micro Devices. Okay, let's check it out. Ooh, check that one. DG, we'll take a look at Marvel in a second. Hold tight. So the high of the year, 262. The low of the year, 80. She drops, shoots up, back down, back up, back down, back up. What's going on there? Well, let's zoom in, see if it makes sense. WGen when it went to 220. Okay. Well, we knew that was going to happen, didn't we? Jay, good. We'll take a look at Microsoft also. So look at your last 30 days. Shot up, back, up, back, up, back, up, back. Okay, that gap right there. Let's zoom into that, give you a little bit of an explanation about gaps. Okay, here's the jump right there. It went from 187 to 222. That big gap right there got your profit taken right there. So if you don't know what your profit is, and you're just waiting for it to go higher and higher and higher, you're actually lying to yourself, or someone's lying to you. Because stocks go up until they're done going up. And once they're done going up, they go down. And nobody really knows when or where that's going to happen. The only thing we can do is just keep our eye on it and take a guess of where it's going. DG wants to take a look at Marvel. MRVL. DG, a quick no. It didn't even show up there. Within 2 seconds, I knew it was going to be a no. You know why? Right there. Let me zoom in and get a better idea of it. Okay? Take a look. 70, and it jumps up to 100. It is the high of the 90-day period. I don't ever buy at the high. But it's a nice one, though. Jay Good, Microsoft, MSFT. Up, down. No, sorry. As much as I like Microsoft, check this out. She was at 385. She shoots up to 415, drops to 365. Now, Microsoft will be pretty good right about there. As soon as the bottom shows up and it turns around, because look at all that space. It's dropping. It will find the bottom, turn around, go back up again if you like Microsoft. Fog of War, are you still taking calls for consultation? Absolutely. Drop your phone number in the DM, okay? Or go right to the website and book a call. WSBC, SJL. I have no idea what that means. But let's take a look at WSBC. WSBC. Westbanco. No. So apparently nobody told you I only do weekly options. Rule number 4. Weekly options only. April, May, August, November. Monthlies don't work for me. Sorry. Hey, Mr. Riley, or what happens if you have a big loss, should I say? Yeah, that's a good question. Rock 103 FM. Thank you there, Rostagata. Perfect. Thank you. You're welcome. What did I even say? Oh, okay. There you go. So, what happens if you have a big loss, should I say? Some people do believe that you got to take a loss every once in a while. Steve wants to take a look at Merc, MRK. But I try never to take a loss. So far this year, 0 losses. Last year, 2 losses. The year before, 4 losses. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up. What's going on there? See, I like looking at the last year. I'm looking for the high, looking for the low. Where was it? Where is it? And where is the flow? It's right there at the moment. Here's the high. Here we are right there. So I have some room to move. So let's zoom in so you get a better look at it. The 26, which is right there. Okay, this is the last 30 days. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Now she's going up. Okay, well, let's check it out. Do we like Merc? Oh, I don't know. Let's check it out. Okay, Merc is at 121. Okay, so do the 121 on Merc. Covered call, the 120s right there. One contract, if you don't mind. And here are the numbers. Are we ready? Who's this? Naughty Woodcraft is in the house. How's it going, Naughty? Pharmaceutical. Okay. Heats, MCD. All right. OANTS. OG Ants. Pharmaceutical. You got to give me a ticker symbol, dude. Sam, what's wrong with a simple ORB strategy? You got to tell me what that is. Okay, ORB. What is that? Okay. One covered call, Merc, MRK. 2 April 26th. That's next Friday. The 120 call option. 257 is the profit, 11,000 is the investment. Let's get out the calculator and find out what rate of return that is going to be. 257, and then we divide it by the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. 11,000. 743. That gives me a grand total of 2.18. ORB, open range breakout. Okay, Sam, give me an example of an open range breakout, if you don't mind. Okay? So I'm sitting here waiting for you, Sam. Open range breakout. Not quite sure what that means, but all right. But I like 2.1%, and I like Merc. Sam, I'm waiting. Waiting, Sam. Tick tock, clock's a ticking. You're going to give me a sample of an open range breakout. I have no idea what the hell that is. Merc, 2 April, that's next Friday. The 120 call option. Here's the profit, 257. Here's the investment, the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, for a rate of return of 2.2%. If you like Merc, always going to come down to that. Do I like Merc? 2.2, gotta love it. What do we have next? That's our 5 for the day. Let's take a look. Merck is a pharmaceutical corporation. Okay. You make it sound as if we didn't know that. Okay, covered call, back to single, back to here. All right, perfect. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Money Bag. Okay, can you speak on IWM? Hey, Pete, we'll take a look at that in a second. Right here, we're waiting for Sam to let us know, do you close early once you reach a certain percentage, or do you just let the option expire? That's a great question. Let me say it again. The question is, what percent, oh, wait a minute, that's not it. The question is, do you close early once you reach a certain percentage, or just let the option expire? That's a great question. It really is. Because think about it. When we're selling options, we're actually working the equation backwards. Let me just show you something for a second. I hate it when it does that. There we go. What are we looking for? There it is. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Here we go. All right. All right. So here's the question again. Do you close the position early at a certain percentage, or let the option expire? Okay. So if I'm going from Monday to Friday, that equals 5 days. All right. Now, An American option, you can exercise it anytime you want. Anytime. I could buy it, I could exercise it. I can wait 2 or 3 days, I can exercise it 2 minutes before expiration. It's interesting. But here's the thing. When we're doing options, okay, the equation is always the same. You got 3 items. Buy, sell, equals profit or loss. One or the other. Okay? Now, in the stock market, we got a choice. We can buy first and then sell and then make our profit. Or, hold on, we can sell first, buy back later, and then have our profit. So, I'm a seller. I sell options. And when I sell on a Monday. So Monday, we have 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, 5 days. So I got 5 days of option value, and there's actually something that's called theta, which is one of the Greeks, theta decay. So as the time passes, the value of the time decreases slowly, which would make my profit increase. Decades of increased revenue, EMB. Yeah, we talked about big brain. We talked about EMB many times, and it's still going to be a no. I do have to admit, you got quite a bit of stick-to-itiveness. Not that I agree with you, because I really don't like Enbridge. All right, so we have 5 days. So I ask myself the exact same question every single day. 5 questions. You ready? What did I buy it for? What did I sell? Where is it now? Where does it look like it's going? And what should I do? That's it. Where did I buy it? Where did I sell it? Where is it? Where's it going? What should I do? So I may sell an option early, or buy back the option early, or roll it forward early. There's always different choices. And every single day, you get a new choice. So as the stock goes up, you decide, where did I buy it? What I sell? Where's it is? Where's it going? And then you make your decision. What should I do? And sometimes that's why you need a mentor or someone who has been there before, been down that road to help you out. All righty. Okay, Sam, I'm still waiting for that open range breakout explanation you're going to give me. How much above your cost basis do you typically do covered calls? At the money, usually. Don't miss out. I've been trying to tell ya. He can't speak on anything. Well, looks like the option guru had too much bourbon today, which is kind of weird. Not talking about me because I don't drink. Wow, thank you for spelling that out. I did not know Monday to Friday was 5 days. Oh, wow, you're going to be one of those people. Awesome. Now, you still haven't told me what the heck, what is it again? Where is it? Open range breakout. So, Sam, open range breakout, what is it? Now, I've been trading for 30 years, and there's so many different acronyms that I just gave up trying to remember what the heck they are. But explain to me and give me an example of an open range breakout. And can I do it in less than 5 or 10 minutes every single day? And will it give me 1% with, relatively ease and simplicity? Big brain. You want to do this Enbridge thing again? Let everybody see what Enbridge really is like? Let's do this. ENB, Enbridge. Number 1, it's a monthly. I don't do monthlies. Enbridge knows that. He just likes, what's his name? Big brain. He likes to get my my motor going, so to speak. So here we go. Enbridge. How many dividends do we have for Enbridge? All the way to 84. Interesting. All right, let's go to 2006 and look at the last 20 years. Last 20 years. Okay. Whoops, let's get rid of this. All right. All right. 12.5, 13. Okay, so higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, 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 higher, higher, higher. Okay, hold on, wait a second. Wait. Let's do this for a second. Okay, 2006, 13. Lower, higher, 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 lower, lower, higher, higher, higher. Okay, went down 3 times. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, we're not done yet. August 2009. All right, there it is. August 2009, right there. Okay. Higher, 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 lower. Higher, 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 lower. Lower. Higher, 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 lower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, we're not done yet. November 2012. November 2012, right there. Okay. Higher, lower, lower, lower. Higher, higher, lower, lower. Higher, lower, lower, lower. Higher, higher, lower, lower. Big brain, that don't look that good. Hold on. Let's keep on going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold on. We'll keep going. August 2016. August 2016, right there. Okay. Lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, lower, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 6 times it went down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 23 times so far. Big brain, this ain't looking that good. February 2020. Let's slide down. February 2020. There it is. Lower. Higher, 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 higher. Lower, lower. Higher, lower. Higher, lower. Higher, lower. Higher, lower, higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more times it went down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We ain't done yet. We're only at February 2024. February 2024, here we go. Lower, 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 higher, 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 higher. All right, 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, we all know that the last 20 years, 2 decades, there is 80 weeks. Oh, sorry, 80 quarters. Okay, so there's 80 quarters in a week in 20-year period. Okay, so 2 decades, 20 years. So this thing has gone down 10, 20, 33 times. So 33 times it went down. So what does that leave us? 47. Why would you think 47 over 33? Why do you think that's good? I'm curious, sincerely. Okay, let's go to summary. Just for the fun of it, you know. Summary for Enbridge. Earnings per share, dividend and yield. Okay, so the yield is 5.2. Okay, so big brain, you really think Enbridge is really that good? It's got a 5.22 yield, that's number one. And you said decades of increased revenue? No, not so. 33 out of 80 went down. So 47 times it went up. It went up 47 times and it went down 33 times. So I'm not 100% sure why you think that's good. I don't know. I don't think it's good. But what the hell do I know? You think 5.22% a year is a good thing. All right, whatever. And there we go. All right, let's get back to something decent. No, I don't like Enbridge. And no, quite a bit of profits. Not even quite a bit of profits. Okay, ENB. ENB. All right, so last year we're at 44. Okay, we're at 44 last year. We dropped down to 40. It shot up to 54. So I really hate to be the bearer of bad news, but from 44 to 54 is only 10 bucks. Whoops. Okay, it's only a $10 profit for the year. Okay, 44 to 54. Now, $10 on a $44 stock is only 25%. It increased 25% in 1 year. That's it. Okay, I don't see why you're so excited about a 25% increase for 1 year. Because 1% every single week is 52% return, not 25. Anyway, what do we have? Nick, we got that one. Uh-oh. Do you believe we are going into a market correction AI bubble? Of course we are. Now, the reason I say that is because we always are. Okay, the stock market goes up and the stock market goes down. If it drops by 20%, they call it a correction, they call it a pullback, they call it a recession, call it whatever you want. Stocks go up, stocks go down. The whole stock market goes up and then it comes back down again. Ooh, we got a low battery. That's not a good thing. So you need to ask yourself, what makes sense to you? Now, big brain, I already said I don't do monthlies because the numbers just don't work. So no, I don't like it. And I understand why you like it, but you know, it is what it is. Alrighty, do you believe, yep. Nick, at what point would you say it's worth talking to a tax strategist for how much they charge? Ooh, Nick, that's a question only you and your significant other can be able to figure out. Because by talking to a tax strategist, you want to be able to set up your account so you pay the least amount in taxes as legally possible. And for that, you really need a tax strategist. So you got to figure out how much money do you have, how much do you plan on bringing in consistently, and does it make sense? It's always going to come back to that last one. Does it make sense? Yeah, big brain. 25% is not quite a bit of profits. But okay, if you think so. Ryan Slides, selling weekly options is my side chick, loves my premiums. Ew. Gotta love it, dude. Nick, and what are your thoughts on HSA? I'm going to assume that's a high yield savings account. Okay, unless that high yield savings account is over 30 or 40%, I'd say no thank you. That's me. See, I have all my money in the stock market. And the reason why all my money is in the stock market is because I've been doing this long enough so I understand when my bills come due. And if I get weekly cash flow every single week, even as my stocks drop, I'm still bringing in money. And then I pay my bills. And then any money I have laying aside, I have it in the stock market. Because I have a checking account and a credit card attached to my trading account. So every week, I bring in about 1 or 2 or 3% of my outstanding balance, my portfolio. So let me give you an idea. If my portfolio is $100,000, and every week I bring in 1,000 because 1% of 100,000 is 1,000. Hey, nice, Gramps. That's smart. I do the same. Thank you there, Orion. Not quite sure if I should be offended by the Gramps part, but I am a grandfather, so I suppose that's okay. But most people call me Papa G. Well, you call me Gramps if you like. Thanks, Ryan. That's better. Yes, it is. Papa G is much better than Gramps. All right, so what do you think of Sharpie maker Newell Brands NWL? Trump plugged their Sharpie pen today. Oh, NWL. All right, let's see how that worked. NWL. Two things. Number one, I don't do monthly options, so it's going to be a no right off the top. And two, here's the top, here's the bottom. She dropped back up, big, huge drop, gap filled, but down back here we are again. I don't do monthly, so it's automatically going to be a no. Down, up, back down again. The numbers don't even look that good. Thank you, Ryan. Let's not get a little too weird, but thank you. Christopher, thank you. La, 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 la. I like whiskey, Bird Dog. Yeah, I don't drink, so or I should say I don't drink very well. And when I do drink, it's usually like one beer on a hot summer day. Other than that, I normally don't drink. Pfeiffer, any good? Do you mean Pfizer? Ants, I like Merc also. Bad year. Well, I don't think Merc is that bad. MRK. Look. She shot up, pulled back, now she's going up again. What's wrong with that? HSA is health savings plan. You're able to invest in it. Never heard of it. Totally honest, never heard of it. MSTULABU nail. I have no idea what that is, Ryan. Ryan, is that 3 different companies? Oh, Cam, you retired from Merc. Cool beans. MSTU, huh? MSTU. Okay, ETF. I'm not so sure why this is so appealing. No. Next one. LABU. Now that one looks a little bit better. Up, down, up. Okay. The 155s are going for $9. I'm pretty sure this thing has no dividends. SPY dropping sideways next week, then dropping 5%. Now, Christopher, I don't do SPY only because, again, it's not consistently profitable. Sorry, it's always going to come to the consistently profitable. John Bohey, PHM, Pulte Group, is struggling to get back up. Okay. Heger family, FDX. We'll take a look at that in a second. Default name. What do you think of chasing private equity cash outs through IPOs? I don't do IPOs. Sorry. If the company doesn't have at least 2 decades of consistent profits, I don't want to look at it. But that's me. I'll take a look at it if you want me to, but for me, it's going to be a no. Hey, Blue 420, how you doing? Okay, Ryan, one more. Nail, huh? Nail. Nail. I'm not quite sure why you find this appealing. Goes from 80 down to 35. That's more than a 50% drop. Bounce back up and pull back again. Not really there yet. Christopher, do you have a posted list of your top 10? Absolutely, I do. It's on my website. What do I think about chasing IPOs? No, I don't. What happens if a big loss? Should I say I don't take losses? Is there a difference between purchasing options and just the stocks themselves? Absolutely. Okay, so Riley, stocks are one thing, options are a total different story. Options give you leverage. So let me give you, for instance, okay? The column over here is called the delta. Okay, the delta is a bunch of different numbers. A lot of people don't know what they mean, but let's take one for instance. The current stock is 37.78. Okay, 37.78. Okay, so if I buy the stock at 37.78 and the stock goes up $1, okay, it goes up from 37 to 38, you make $1 profit. Or, let's get the calculator out for this one. You take the $1 profit and you divide it by your investment, which would be $37. And that comes to a grand total of 2.7%. Okay, 2.7%. Okay, now let's say hypothetically you bought the 37 call option, right? And that is $2.20. Okay, the call 37, which would be $2.20. If the stock goes up $1, the option is, where is it? 37, right there. 220. 37. Has a 59 delta. Okay? A 59 delta. Okay? That has a 59 delta. Basically, what that means is if the stock goes up $1, if you buy the stock, you make 2.7%. If the stock goes up $1, that's your rate of return. The profit divided by the investment. Great. If you do the option, the 37 call, it's at 220. Now the delta is 59, which means if the stock goes up $1, the option goes up 59. Okay? So you add the 59 to that, and that comes to 279 or a 59 profit, which would be a 59 profit divided by the 220 would be a 27% profit. So there's a big difference. The same movement in the stock, the $1 movement in the stock, would give you 2.7. The same movement with the option gives you a 27% return or a 10x return. So options give you leverage. Now that's just because the delta is 59. If it was a different delta, that would be a different number. So it gets kind of confusing, and I try not to explain those kind of things to my 9-year-old daughter. So yeah, I don't do that stuff for my daughter. All right, we're just about done. We got like 10 minutes left. What else do we got? Do you have a poster list of your top 10? Yes, I do. You already asked that question. You retire from MLK. Okay, John wants to take a look at Pulte Group. Christopher, give me a second. We're going to look at Pulte Group first, PHM. Okay, here's our top. Here's our bottom. Here it was. Here it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down. Now she should be going back up again. Should be. Let's take a look. Okay, here's the top. She's dropping, trying to go up, but today just didn't make it. Kind of stalled out. Christopher, INFQ. Never heard of it, Christopher. And it's usually going to be a no if I've never heard of it. And it is. Wait a second. What is this thing? Inflection? Okay. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up. It's at 1065. Let's zoom into that. Okay, down, up, down, up. What's going on today? Today we have a higher high and a higher low, but we closed lower. GOV and NASA. Okay, Christopher, what is quantum? GOV and NASA contracts. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, if you like it, why not? That's what it all comes down to. Yeah, 928. I have no idea what that means. Is there a difference between purchasing the stock and versing? Yeah, we already did that one. Yeah, 928. That's funny. You know it. Okay. eBay stock. Okay, eBay. We haven't done eBay in a while. Holy cow. Why haven't we? Okay, here we go. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, what's going on? Let's zoom in. Does it make sense? Is it something we like? These are all interesting questions. All right, I'm going to say no. Bob's at 78. We shoot up to 95. Now we're dropping. Just keep your eye on the bottom. Wait for it to turn around if you like eBay. I think we're done. You guys don't have any more questions. Uh-oh. Gloria wants to take a look at Pepsi. Gotta love some Pepsi. Top, bottom, look at this. Down, up, down, up. What's going on right there? It looks like we found our bottom. Okay, we topped out at 172, bottomed out at 148. Now we're bouncing up. Okay, the 150 is going for 260. That's more than 1% if you like Pepsi. Dr. Corey, have a nice night, brother. See you guys. Hope you guys enjoy Maryland, Jersey. Enjoy your trip back to Jersey. Pepsi. Ooh, user. I can't even read that name. PM. Is that Philip Morris? It is. Check it out. Same thing. It looks almost just like Pepsi, doesn't it? The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down. Yeah, that doesn't really look that good. Last 30 days, there you go. Drop, 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 drop. Not really doing anything here. Just kind of going sideways. And I hate that because stocks don't go sideways, but it sure looks like it goes sideways. All right, what else do we have? The Vigilante. Hey, James. How high can XLE go? I'm up 500%. Now, Vigilante, you do know, XLE, even though you're up 500%, okay? Even though it keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher, it's going to stop eventually because nothing goes straight up. If you take a close look, went up, pull back, 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 blah, 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 blah. Okay. You got to take your profits somewhere because it's not a profit until you take it. Scarlet Billionaire, how you doing today? So Vigilante, remember that. It's not a profit until you take it. And then the flip side is nobody ever went broke taking profits. But you hang out for as long as you think. Default name, what do you feel about GEO, the private prison stock, which has seen significant contracts from the government? Okay, GEO. No, thank you. That was quick, wasn't it? Down, up, great. April, May, June, September, December, January. I don't do monthly options. They just don't work for me. Sorry. I know you like them. There's nothing wrong with them. Okay? Here's the high right here, 32. We dropped down to 12. Now we're bouncing up. It's clear to see. Okay, last 30 days. Down, up, down, up. Okay, great. How high is it going to go? At what point do you jump out and say, you know what? It went from 12 to 17. Now, 12, which is the bottom, to 17, which is the top, is a $5 increase. Now, a $5 increase on a $12 stock is not quite 50%. It's got to be somewhere around 40, 45%, somewhere in that area. But that is a big jump. So, yeah, more than likely it's going to be profit taking somewhere. Is what it is, you know? Okay, default by name. Did that make sense? Riley, you're welcome. What software am I using? Nickmo. This is not software. This is a trading platform. Okay, you can go to E-Trade. You can go to Charles Schwab. You can go to Fidelity, International Brokers. You can use any trading platform you want. This is owned by Charles Schwab. MCUR 2000. If you sell a covered call, you cannot exercise. Only the buyer can exercise. You can only close early, but not exercise as seller. Okay. I don't know where you got the miscommunication for, but okay. Elyoy, what is your take on Meta? It got me down badly. Okay, now Elyoy, I don't do Meta, and there's a reason why I don't do Meta. META. Okay, here we go. The top is at 800. The bottom's at 480. She shot up almost 100%. Pulled back quite a bit, jumped again, now she's dropping again. Now, the reason I don't do Meta META, hold on, I want to show you something. Historical data on Meta. Okay, dividends only for Meta. All the dividends. Here's the problem I have with Meta. Okay, we all know Meta is basically Google, okay, or Facebook. I have no idea what it is. I don't really care. What's the best dividend to invest in, if any? Dividend Kings. Okay, 2024, 2025. This thing has 2 years of dividends. That's it. I want 2 decades. That's 10, 20 years. I don't do 2 years. 2 years is like handing the keys to my brand new car to an infant. Yeah, no thank you. What else do we got? Default by name. Thank you and good night. Enjoyed your analysis. Thank you. Jesse, Taco. What the hell is that? TACO, Taco. No options. No options, no thank you. Sorry, dude. Riley, market opens, mark out the first high and low of the 15-minute and take a trade whichever way it breaks out. ORB. Oh, thanks there, Riley. Yeah, no thank you. Because, see, I like simplicity. And although that sounds simple, because it kind of is if you're looking at one or two stocks, enjoy the boat. Oh, we're not taking the boat out this weekend. We might take it out next week. No, it's not like a rowboat or a speedboat. Once you get to a certain size boat, it's more of an appointment. It's like an endeavor. Now, a rowboat, you just back it up, drop it in the water, and take it out. Or even a small fishing boat, yeah. But once you get over 40 feet, it's a little bit more to taking the boat out than just, hey, let's take the boat out. It doesn't really work that way. You need a lot of people to take a boat out that size. At least two. Okay, Riley, thank you for that. That makes sense. Open range breakout. Yep, I got that. Death, despair, and destruction. How are we going to make a profit in a bear market? Simple. Hey, yoy, mister, do you do reverse on some of these shares? Absolutely. Death, despair, destruction. Okay, you do know that calls and puts are still available even in a bear market. And yes, I do make money even in a bear market. It's a directional strategy for buying and selling the initial range of the New York Open. Yeah, I get that. The way most trade options is naked puts and calls. Yeah, if you can qualify for that. Not everybody qualifies for naked calls and naked puts. MSTR, I'm not even going to bother with that one. Okay, Javoidel or whatever that is. MSTR, no, not consistently profitable at all. eBay, we looked at it earlier. CCL, Carnival Cruise Line. Here we go, Carnival Cruise Line. Last one of the night. Here's our top. Here's our bottom. Here's where we were. Here's where we are. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. But not really. Not so fast. Look what happened today. Okay. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. She drops, slowly goes up, but today she pulled back. So if you really like Carnival Cruise Line, find out what's going on there. Okay, it kind of messed everything up. Here's your bottom. She's going up, but now it pulled back. TSCO, that's Tractor Supply. TSCO. I love Tractor Supply. Okay. Top, bottom look at this, down, up, down. What's going on here? Let's zoom on in, take a quick look. Down, and she bounces right there. She goes from 56 to 44. Now she's at 45. Okay, so the 45 is going for 125. That's right at 3% if you like Tractor Supply. Okay, so I think that's it. That's everybody. All right. Now, we're here every night. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Terribly sorry, but I do take Friday nights off, and I do take Saturday nights off. That being said, we'll see you on Sunday. Have a great weekend, everybody, and trade responsibly. There you go. That's kind of like that drink responsibly thing.
These glasses automatically turn into sunglasses.
They do, don't they?
All glasses have this tiny flaw.
Have a great night, everyone. Fixing the world while the rest of us sleep.
I'm business owner who's having trouble getting funded. This is how I got my first Medicaid with my new LLC. Payment Cloud is one of the few places you can go to get a fighting chance. I'm talking about funding in 24 hours, multiple loan products, and there's no need for credit reports or personal guarantee. I have an entire suite of products that's